JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time. With me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 16th of December 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's afternoon session where we're gonna have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So. The content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So now then, jumping into the charts. So finally, quick update here on the German DAX, and yes, finally we are having a nice pop here, a move further north, and a move above this 13,460 territory, which I talked about previously. Basically, that's the it was near the highest point of November, near the highest point of September, and also was the previous near the previous highest point of December. So we've managed to create a new high for December. Yep, now the next target here is the highest point of this year, and that's roughly around the 13,795 territory. Now the index still has a chance to move higher here, to move towards that level, the highest point of this year. So let's see if we can actually reach that area anytime before the 31st of December. That would be quite interesting to see. And to be honest, if it closes this year somewhere near this level, near the highest point of this year, then if we take a look at where the index opened, of course we can see that we are already in the positive territory for the year. Let me just grab the opening price here for this year. So that was January 2nd, and it opened near the 13,233 level. So let me just quickly adjust this area. There we go. And yeah, so that's the level where it opened this year. So you can see that yes, we're quite comfortably trading above this area, yep, we're now in the positive territory. But again, the big question: can we actually reach the highest point of this year, near the 13,795 zone? So we'll keep an eye on that one. For now, I'm targeting that level, but in case the index somehow reverses back down here and starts dropping below the this opening price here, near the 13,233, or then breaking this upside line, then well, of course we could start looking at some lower areas. But at the moment, all eyes are onto the upside, and yeah, let's see if we can reach that. Another thing to keep in mind, I mean, if we do reach this level here, the high of this year, and then kind of end the year somewhere here, then maybe we'll see if we could see a yearly candle, then probably the yearly candle would look like a nice hammer, if to speak to speak about this from the technical terms. Then of course this could maybe indicate there's a potential kind of reversal, kind of building up However, it's still too early to talk about that. We don't have yearly candles, so again, and at the moment there's no kind of let's say signal that the index would like to reverse back down. So that's why, guys, be very careful with that. For now, we are aiming for the upside, and as I said, my next target is the 13,795 territory, especially if the price remains above this this 13,460 level, so which we've managed to finally break. So let's keep an eye on down. Now NASDAQ 100. So the index yesterday pushed further north, however didn't really reach the all-time high. And let me just adjust a few levels here. Probably well, I'm not going to recycle, I'm going to create a new one. There we go. So 12,651 territory, that's what I'm keeping an eye on. And if we get the break of that area, yes, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high. This will send the index further north, and as more buyers could join in. So first of all, let me get rid of this upside line, no longer needed, but that's the level that I'm keeping an eye on, this all-time high near the 12,651 territory. On the cash index, it might be a little bit more different. It would the all-time high is a little bit higher, but yeah. Let's see, let's take the main trading hours here, and yep, let's see how this is gonna play out. And at the moment, the price is currently sitting near the 12,615 zone. So basically it's above it is above yesterday's close, but still below the all-time high. So that's why keep your eyes on the index today. DXY, another index, but this one is a dollar index, and so far everything's working out nicely according to the plan. This is what I talked about, guys, for several days already, and basically what I was saying previously, that if we get that daily close below the 90.59 territory, then it increases the chances for a further move lower. And as you can see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Now this is where the index is drifting lower. My next target is the psychological 90 level. We fell shy of about around 10 points from reaching that area today. So yep, I'm still kind of targeting that, and then I want to see how it's going to behave near this 89.96 level as well, in case it reaches that, because that's the let me just show you what I'm talking about here. That's this little inside swing high of I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the 12th of April. Yes, that's correct. So the inside swing high of the 12th of April of 2018. So that's my other target. I mean, it's very close to the psychological 90 zone, but nevertheless, all this area will be an interesting one to watch. In terms of the upside, we would need to see a break of this short-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 4th of November, and then yes, we could aim for some higher levels. Quick update on Brent Oil. I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, but yeah, it continues to push north. From the very short-term perspective, we can see that we are trading above this little oh, didn't capture it very much. There we go. This little upside support line drawn from the low of the 2nd of December. In a way, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I'm not going to draw anything more, let's say bigger here. This is just, I think, the right amount of length here, I would say. Looking at this daily chart, so from the short-term perspective, yes, as long as this upside line continues to provide support, then yes, we'll continue targeting the upside. But once it's broken, then we'll start looking at the downside, and depending on where the break could happen, let's say if it happens earlier, then I'm going to keep an eye on this 49.06 level, which, as you can see, previously acted as a fantastic area of resistance. Now it could be seen as a possible good area of support. So if that gets broken, then yes, lower levels could be met. But again, that's what I'm saying, that it will depend on how far this this commodity will travel to the upside. For now, my next target is, of course, the highest point of March near the 53.86 level, and then I'll take it from there, guys. For now, like I said, everything's kind of leaning a little bit more to the upside, unless this short-term upside line gets broken. Silver, quick update here. Silver is actually popping nicely to the upside, better than gold actually, and better performance than gold. And yep, you can see that we've managed managed to overcome this this previous highest point of December near the 24.86 level, so that's great news for the buyers. We also overcame the highest, no, sorry, not the highest point, but the high of the 16th of November here near the 25 territory, and basically right now we're trading just fractionally below that 25 zone. In a way, I'm still leaning a little bit more towards the upside. However, I would now, given that we already had the pop, now what I would like to do is to wait and see where we will close today's this daily candle in relation to these two levels, these two peaks, because if it stays below the 24.86 territory, then maybe it's not all kind of rosy and sparkly in the bull block, and maybe we could see this one reversing back down. But again, maybe we could see this one being as a false breakout today. But like I said, well, let's wait for tomorrow. I'll pick up on this one tomorrow just to see how we're doing here, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But if it stays above the 25.07 territory here, somewhere around here, then yep, I'll aim for my next target, the highest point of November near the 26th level. Now Bitcoin, well, welcome to the 20s, guys. Welcome to the 20s. Bitcoin popping nicely to the upside, and let me just jump into a monthly chart, and this is the beauty here. Bitcoin continues to rally, and it's reaching now it's currently trading near that 20,500 zone. At one point today it reached the 20,770 level, coming back into the daily chart here. Well, I mean, at the moment, it's going to be quite interesting to see how all this is going to play out. It's only Bitcoin that's performing that well. Other cryptos are kind of a little bit, Ripple is still kind of suffering. However, like I said, Bitcoin is taking the spotlight, and now the big question here is where can it go further? I mean, where is going to be that potential area of resistance which could halt the acceleration. Now, one of the ideas here, how you could look at it, and let me just grab one thing here, one tool, is a rising channel. So we can draw this short-term upside rising channel. And to be honest, I need to kind of pick up on that little area right here. And can we do that? Yes, beautiful, beautiful kind of pattern here. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is just ideal. So basically we have ourselves a possible rising channel, which means that the next potential target here could be somewhere around here. And this is a daily chart, of course, don't forget. Then the next level here could be around maybe the 21,000, maybe 400 or 500 even, depending on how this is going to shape up. But at the moment, guys, yes, that's the game plan for me. I'm going to be aiming for the upper bound of the rising channel. Let's see how this is going to play out. But again, for now, I'm quite positive here. We had a fantastic break here above this highest point of December. So if it stays above this 19,956 territory, then yep, I'm going to continue targeting the upside, and to be more specifically, the upper side of the rising channel. Now jumping into a few pairs, EURUSD quick update, and to be honest, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because it's pretty straightforward here, because we are still trading above this upside support line taken from the low, the 20th of October. We are struggling with this let me just grab this one very quickly. There we go. With this key resistance level near the 0.6713 territory, we are still struggling slightly below that here, and we're struggling to overcome it. But we are still sitting, yeah, we're still sitting next to it. So in a way, kind of, we could say that this is a potential ascending triangle that's being formed here, maybe together with the a possible bullish flag here as well. But again, we need that daily candle staying above this area, above the 0.6713 zone, because I don't want to see any false breakouts as we were having those this week. So yeah, we need that daily candle remaining above that territory, so be very careful for now. In terms of the downside, well, I will take a very conservative approach and wait for a break of this upside line and a drop below the 0.6581 territory. USDCHF, so the pair continues to struggle with this area of support. The same analysis remains as this morning, guys. I'm not going to, again, like I said, talk about a lot about this one, but basically we need that daily candle remaining below this whole support zone right here near the 0.8837, the 0.8845 levels. We had a break initially, but as you can see with the daily candle kind of got back up here, so that kind of raises a bit of concerns here, because maybe the pair has already seen enough of downside. However, we cannot really talk about that yet. I would like to see at least a pop above the 0.8910 level, somewhere around here, and then kind of aim for some higher levels. Yes, the RSI and the MACD are quite overstretched here to the downside, but don't get me wrong, it might stick around here for a while, so that doesn't really mean that you should kind of blindly follow these indicators. So yeah, but be very careful. USDJPY, the pair did drift lower initially, had a fantastic move, and this is what I talked about recently, guys, that a drop below the 103.65 territory could open the door towards that 103.18, because that's going to be my next target. Well, we've almost managed to reach that area today, so in a way I could say yes, that kind of worked out, but not ideally. Like I said, my target was at around 103.18. So now what I'm going to do here is, to be honest, given this reversal here back to the upside, I'm going to take a neutral stand, because again, yes, if it stays below the 103.65 territory, it could still go lower. However, let's see how DXY is going to perform, and yep, let's see how how the equities markets are going to show up. If the equities continue to rise, I mean, the yen will fall under selling pressure. If the dollar somehow picks up the pace, yeah, we could see a reversal here back to the upside. So again, we are at a very interesting spot, a tricky spot, and in a way I could say we've kind of reached I kind of reached my target here, but now what I'm gonna do here is probably I'm gonna wait and see, and if it travels again to the downside, great news, then I'll pick up somewhere around here, but at the moment it's a little bit too difficult for me. GBPUSD, beautiful move, yes. I talked about this one this morning, and basically what I was saying, that in order to get a little bit more excited with the upside now, I would like to wait for a move above this highlighted territory, and I do understand it's quite a big one, but nevertheless, yeah, it would be a bit of a safer game. So yes, we had a nice pop, we reached all these levels here in the highlighted territory, we even overshot the last one here, but as you can see now the bears are kind of kicking in and dragging this one lower. So let's see how this is going to play out today, and I'll pick up on it tomorrow. Because at the moment, guys, let's not chase the market. Maybe it will find good resistance somewhere around here and then correct back to the downside. Let's get rid of this downside line, or downside line here, and let's keep an eye on this highlighted territory, because it's a very important area of resistance. GBP CHF. So also something that I talked about this morning. Basically we've managed to reach yeah, our target in one day, so great. Great, wonderful. This morning I was saying that if it continues to trade above this 1.1911 territory, my next target is the 1.1985, which we've managed to hit perfectly, so great. My next target was slightly above that, was the 200-day EMA, but we fell shy just a few pips of reaching that area. At the moment, what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to keep an eye on this hurdle still, this 1.1985. If we get another push above it, then yes, we could start looking at some higher levels, but to be honest, I'm going to be very careful near this 200-day EMA. So what I would like to do here probably is to pick up on this one tomorrow, just to see where we're going to end this day here on this pair. And finally, EURUSD. So fantastic, finally we had a great move here. I've said that my next target will be this 1.2215 level. So yep, wonderful, beautiful test of this area. Now let's see if this daily candle will remain above it, above this 1.2155 territory. If it does, I'm going to continue targeting the upside. But if it doesn't, if it somehow falls back below this, then well, maybe this is the point where I'll just start looking at some lower areas, because again, at the moment it's yes, we had a fantastic move higher, great. Let's see if it can maintain this move higher, a further move higher. If it cannot, then well, I mean, back to the drawing board. For now, everything's looking quite positive, guys, but I would probably suggest, if you're still would like to enter a trade today, then well, I would suggest maybe to wait for tomorrow, guys, because again, don't chase the market, and everything will be fine, because again, don't like I said, don't chase the market. Sometimes it's better to kind of sit back and kind of leave the day as it is, and come back tomorrow fresh. So yeah, always kind of try to do that. Okay, guys, I'll have to wrap it up here though. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening. Thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate your time. I really do, guys. So thank you very much for doing that, and for kind of joining in. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in my Traders Espresso, as always, 7 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful evening, everyone, and yeah, bye bye.